Good morning and welcome to Renaissance Unity. I'm Beth Gatchell, one of your musical team today, along with Donna Nowak on keys, Roy King on percussion, and Ed Limmers on bass. Welcome to all of you seated here in the congregation. Welcome to all of you on social media. Reverend David will open our service with prayer.
Thank you, Beth. I want to let you know that each Sunday morning, before all of you, Freddie and Tone, they're around here, they're checking mics, they're checking the video in each different place and making sure everything just is right, checking in with the music team. Would you just show them a little love this morning? We thank you both. It's been a great evolution in our audio-visual, and we're just continuing with that. It's my firm belief that the future of churches is going to be more and more about it being a ministry of ministers. A ministry of ministers. This morning we have someone who has spent their life studying Zen Buddhism. Just another way, just another methodologies for awakening to our oneness, which is truly our mission. And our mission here, of course, is transforming lives through a consciousness of love. Verena, would you just stand and also just show her a little warm welcome this morning? So let's just go to that heart space and just open our hearts wide open to be here this morning for one another, for Verena, and just for the evolving consciousness of this wonderful place we call Renaissance Unity. In the name of the living Christ we pray. Beth?
Amen. So if you're comfortable, please stand for our opening song, Spirit Calls. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, singing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us up and sets us free. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, singing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us up and sets us free. Sets us free. From all lack and limitation, sets us free to realize who we can be. We are made in the image and the likeness of God. Spirit calls, so stand up and believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, singing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us up and sets us free. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, singing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us up and sets us free. Sets us free. From all lack and limitation, sets us free to realize who we can be. We are made in the image and the likeness of God. Spirit calls, so stand up and believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, singing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us up and sets us free. Spirit calls, come up higher. Spirit calls, singing I believe. Spirit calls, come up higher. Love lifts us up and sets us free.
Good morning, Renaissance Unity family and friends. How are you today? Good. Thank you for that song, Beth. That was perfect. My name is Yana Ware, and I want to welcome you to Renaissance Unity. Thank you so much for being here with us today, those here in person and those of you online. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to spirituality. Unity honors the universal truths in all regions and respects each individual's right to choose their own spiritual path. Now let's affirm together our first principle. There is only one presence and one power in our lives and in the universe, God the good, omnipotence. Now let's sing together our first principle.
There is only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. God the good, God the good, God the good omnipotence.
And again together, we are a dynamic fellowship centered in the active spiritual practice of love, truth, gratitude, and service to others. Do we happen to have anyone here for the first time? Oh, nice. Yes, thank you. We are so glad you are here. Anybody here for the second time by any chance? Hey, Match. Good. We're so glad to have you. Well, we hope everyone have a great time, and we invite you to fill out a welcome card, and they're on the welcome table in the social hall, and after you fill it out, you can drop it in the basket. And if you're online and would like to receive our weekly newsletter, please enter your email address into the comments section if you are joining by Facebook, and in the chat section if you're joining by YouTube, and you'll be added to our mailing list. And now join me as we affirm together our mission statement. Transforming lives through a consciousness of love. And now listen to the words of our vision statement. Our vision is an inclusive world where minds, hearts, and hands are connected in raising the global consciousness of love. Thank you so much. I do have a little bit of community sharing. David Kramer will facilitate a discussion group for those interested in Dr. Joe Dispenza's Tuning into Your Potential on February 6th at 7 p.m. There is a sign-up sheet in the fellowship hall. Marilyn Barrett will present part 2 of our Heart Math Review on February 12th at 12:15 up until 1:45. And again, this is the time of year when we invite our Renaissance members to fill out a membership renewal card indicating your preference for 2023. We hope you enjoy being a member and that you'll check the yes box stating that you'd like to remain a member. You may pick up a renewal card from the welcome table again in the fellowship hall. Madge has some in the back right now. If you want, would you like for her to give you one? And you pick up a renewal card from the welcome table, and by March 12th, please place it in the offering basket or turn it in at the welcome table. Our annual meeting will be held Sunday, March 26th, so please mark your calendars. I now invite our prayer chaplain, Hank Rugg, you in the house? Or we have a substitute. Come on, Noel, you got it.
Good morning. Let us move our attention to the prayer box on the table by the Christ candle. We affirm that every request will find its answer in perfect order. These prayers are sent to Unity Prayer Ministry each month. We are grateful and know that all is well. Well, somebody stole my daily word. It was here. Oh, thank you. So today's daily word is prosperity. I broaden my perspective of prosperity. When I think of prosperity, I may think of financial wealth or my possessions. I may even feel tempted to compare my life to someone else's and feel as though I come up short in comparison. Today, my understanding of prosperity grows. Feeling safe and secure in who I am is prosperity. Knowing I am a gloriously made in the image of God is priceless. Realizing the abundance of the natural world and partaking of it is a gift. All of these are wonderful reminders I reside in the kingdom of heaven. The more I appreciate the riches of the material world, the more aware I am of my greatest prosperity, my oneness with God. And from Matthew 6:26, look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not more valuable than they?
We'll prepare for meditation now with a song called I Release Control.
I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me, that will heal me.
Good morning. Oh, can everyone hear me? Yeah, okay, just checking. All right. So this morning I'd like to share the Heart Sutra with you. And this is something that we chant. These are my friends from my Sangha in Cleveland, the Zendo in the West Side. And this is Martha Hall and Joseph Draper. They're just going to chant along with us. Everyone received a piece of paper, so you are able to chant along if you would like to. You don't have to. You can also follow the words. You can also just sit, whatever you prefer to do. Also, those of you online, you can just listen with your heart. We will chant this shortly, and after we chant, I will ring this bowl here. I'll ring that 3 times, after which we'll have 2 minutes of silence. So let's begin. The Heart Sutra. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva of compassion, observing deeply the perfection of wisdom, prajnaparamita, clearly saw the emptiness of the five aggregates, thus transcending adversity and pain. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form, form is exactly emptiness, emptiness exactly form. The same is true of feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are forms of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not tainted, not pure, not increasing, not decreasing. And so in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no perception, no mental formations, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no thought, no realm of sight, and so forth, until no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, and so forth, until no old age and death, and no end to old age and death, no suffering, no desire, no sensation, no path, no wisdom, no attainment. And so the Bodhisattva relies on the prajnaparamita with no hindrance in the mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond deluded thoughts. This is nirvana. All past, present, and future Buddhas rely on the perfection of wisdom and thus attain the highest perfect enlightenment. Therefore know that the prajnaparamita is the great transcendent mantra, the great resplendent mantra, the unexcelled mantra, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra which relieves all suffering. So proclaim the prajnaparamita mantra, proclaim the mantra and say gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, great perfection of wisdom, prajnaparamita, Heart Sutra. And now let us sit in 2 minutes of silence and just watch our breath. And now if you want to come back to the room, thank you for chanting that with us. That was beautiful. Thank you for entering your heart space to do so. And now let's listen to Beth and our lovely band.
So we're going to chant Om Mani Padme Hum, which is a Buddhist mantra of compassion. Is that correct, Verena?
Yes.
Yeah, compassion.
Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum.
Thank you so much for that. Beautiful. It all flowed together so nicely. So I would like to explain my outfit. This is what I've been wearing to meditation for several years, this same exact thing, and somehow it's still in great condition. And also this I was given from my abbot at Cloudwater Zendo in Cleveland when I took my Pure Land vows. And this came up when I was doing this talk. So as I was creating this talk, I painted this alongside. So it was a unison thing. So I thought I'd show everybody. Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. If one speaks or acts with a corrupt mind, suffering follows as the wheel follows a hoof of an ox pulling a cart. Mind is the forerunner of all actions. All deeds are led by mind, created by mind. If one speaks or acts with a serene mind, happiness follows as surely as one's shadow. He abused me, mistreated me, defeated me, robbed me. Harboring such thoughts keeps hatred alive. He abused me, mistreated me, defeated me, robbed me. Releasing such thoughts banishes hatred for all time. These are the Buddha's words, and it is the beginning of the Dhammapada. They bring to mind unity's fourth principle regarding affirmations. The word holds so much power, just as our thoughts hold so much power. Bodhicitta is a common term used among Buddhists. It refers to the awakening mind. Bodhicitta is the practice of combining wisdom and compassion to benefit all sentient beings. It is based on the paramita of generosity. Speaking of generosity, let's use one of our 12 powers here at Unity and pretend that this is real money. It's actually created by Lucy and Ryan last Sunday during Children's Church. And if I go around and I give you this, and I give you this, and I give you this. All right, so what does that say? How much money is that? $100. So if I just randomly handed out $100, would you feel good about that? Yeah, right? Who wouldn't feel good about that? Now, let's see how good you feel after I do this. Here you go. You're welcome. Here you go. How much did I just give you? $2,000 each. So now there's a choice to make here. We have $100 over here each, and they could be like, well, I'm really happy about my $100, but why did she give them $2,000 each? Why didn't I get $2,000 each? Doesn't she like me as much as she likes them? Well, or you could have another mindset. You could be like, I'm very grateful to have this $100, and I'm very happy for these people over here who received $2,000 each. And that would be cultivating sympathetic joy. And that is something we practice in Buddhism. We give without strings attached. We are happy for others without any conditions. So the reaction to this would be yours to be observed, and I'm sure it could change as if that was actual money. Recently, I ran our Girl Scout Derby, and I happened to recycle the sign, but I have it here, so why not show it? And there was a woman and her daughter who are also in 5th grade along with Ryan, and I've been doing this for several years. And during that time, she was in 1st grade when she lost. And I remember this girl crying and crying and crying and being so upset when she lost. And this year, Ryan won 2nd place, and that girl won 1st place. And I was nothing but happy for her. I didn't even think about the fact that we came in 2nd place compared to her. I was just so happy that she won 1st place. It felt like balance, and it felt like sympathetic joy. So an example of generosity in my life is when I'm eating, and I'm like, ooh, this is really good. I'm about to take a bite of this. And my daughter looks at me with those eyes, and she's like, ooh, I really want that. And I'm like, okay. And I hand it over. Now, that might not be exactly what I planned to do, but it's what I've cultivated to do, because that feels right to me. Now, what if we treated everybody like that? Like our son, our daughter, our mother, our father, our sister, our brother, because that is the basis of Buddhism, and I would say unity, to love each other and be there for each other, interconnected, interrelated, interbeing. This takes me to a book I'm currently reading. We're in a book study at Cloudwater Zendo. My friend Martha has been participating with me. And it's The Ordinary Wonder Zen Life Practice by Charlotte Jo Beck. And let me read you a little part of it. Practice, if you get right down to it, is very self-centered. We want to get somewhere. A good practice, if you keep doing it with any awareness at all, is self-serving. But when you do it, something else happens. It begins to eat up the illusions that are making you do it. A really good practice destroys itself. Every time we sit in meditation, it's not exactly the same. Circumstances change. Our emotions, our feelings, our perceptions, our environments. Impermanence is swift, and we must not ignore the chance that we have been given right now. In our peace song here at Unity, we say, "Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment." Say it with me. Now. The will of God in Buddhism can be translated into the retribution of karma. The will of God is not separate from us. This means that the will of God is also our will. We and God are not split or separate in any way. Karma is a larger topic, but I will just say it can change because of the temporariness we live in right now. One more time. Now. That's right. So when you think that you've achieved something or you've gotten somewhere in Zen, you've actually regressed. That's not to say that you don't observe changes, because you'll observe more and more changes the more you cultivate and the more you practice. Yet the right view needs to be exercised, and there will be no need to strive or judge. This will naturally flow into place as you observe yourself. And let me say this, meditation is not goal-oriented. Feelings of anger and hate or anything that comes up, such as frustration, are not the problem. But what we do with them could be an issue. Thinking that we shouldn't feel some way is employing our mind as a construction worker to build walls where they aren't needed. I've been practicing Chan and Pure Land Buddhism for several years now. It stems from Mahayana Buddhism. And there is much discipline in sitting and walking meditation. Chan encourages one to uncover the mind of no mind, which is the Buddha nature, or perhaps the Christ consciousness. Ancestors, starting with the first Zen ancestor, Bodhidharma, have taught this concept of no mind, and no mind being the Buddha nature. Our third principle, creating reality through thoughts held in mind. What are you creating right now? We start having vexations when we begin to attach or latch on, a certain clinging, attraction, or neediness to things. A major lesson in Chan is to rely on the Buddha mind and not get attached to words and letters, but have faith, much like the sixth Zen ancestor, Wei Nung, who was in fact illiterate. You know, Ryan and I watched this show. It's called The Flash, and there's a character, Joe West. He's a cop. And the other day in that show, he said, "Strength without faith means nothing." From Scripture, be on guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous, be strong. 1 Corinthians 16:13. It takes strength to walk and talk our truth. In Buddhism, that faith comes from the triple treasure, the Buddha, which is your own enlightened mind and everyone else's, and the Dharma, the teachings, the lessons in life, and then, of course, the Sangha. That's all of us sitting here right now. For example, the words and intentions behind the words that you speak can be strong enough to influence our external world. When we have that strength in our cultivation to back up such things as our prayer practice. I had faith that I could come up here and deliver this message. You know, in Pure Land Buddhism, there's a lot of recitation and visualization practice. And in Chan, there's an aspect of silent meditation. And this all stems from the Mahayana Buddhism. And there's a teaching about 3 bodies. The Nirmanakaya, which can be looked at as our friends, a pet, all of us sitting right here, right now, and anything assisting other beings. And then there's the Sambhagakaya, which is the bliss body, purified of all defilements, a sort of interface between birth and death in this material world, which is also called samsara, and nirvana, the end of suffering. And then there's the Dharmanakaya, which is the truth body and the unity of all things. We see that the Buddha of the I Am presence is in all things. These 3 bodies are emanations or expressions of energy. I'd like to share a reading from a book I highly recommend, The Heart of the Buddha's Teaching by Thich Nhat Hanh. Right diligence or right effort is the kind of energy that helps us realize the Eightfold Noble Path. If we are diligent for possession, sex, or food, that is wrong diligence. If we work around the clock for profit or fame or run away from our suffering, that is also wrong diligence. Outside, it may appear that we are diligent, but it's not right diligence. The same can be true of our meditation practice. Let me tell you a quick story about 2 monks. There's a meditating monk, and he's sitting there, and he's meditating and meditating and meditating. And then there's another monk, and he comes by, and he sits with them. And this goes on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And the meditating monk never moves. He just sits there. So after a while, the other monk comes and sits by him, and he says, "Why do you just sit there and sit there and sit there?" And he said, "Because I'm going to be awakened." And he said, "You are?" And he said, "Yeah." So the next day he came back and he had 2 rocks, and he starts hitting these rocks together. And he's sitting next to the meditating monk just hitting these rocks together. And the monk looks over and says, "Why do you just keep hitting those rocks together?" And he says, "Oh, because I'm making a mirror." And he said, "Well, no matter how many times you hit those rocks together, you're not going to make a mirror." And he said, "Well, no matter how long you sit there and just sit there, you will not become awakened." This reminds me of an expression in Zen we use. It says, chop wood and carry water. When we are solely chopping wood and solely carrying water, we are focused intently on what we are doing at that moment, right? Now, sort of like LeBron James playing basketball, shooting a basket with no thought or anything else in his mind at that moment, just acting appropriately and spontaneously. And even after enlightenment, we still have to do our laundry. We sit so we can act in our practice. We sit so we can truly practice off the cushion. Various scientific studies conducted on long-term Buddhist meditators have discovered the effectiveness of their ability to interact in a world in a meditative state and maintain such a mind, such as some of Joe Dispenza's work that he speaks about. And one time I was at a retreat, and on this retreat, we were just sitting and sitting and sitting, and after a while, there was nothing else to do besides meditate, right? You couldn't speak. It was humble eyes. You couldn't look at each other. It was in the middle of winter. It was very cold. There were cold cement floors, and we were silent. And I never realized how much power your eyes really have, because when you don't look at anybody, you're not really communicating at all. So when we did speak again, it was strange to speak again because that silence had flourished in me, and looking at somebody felt different. And as you cultivate that silence, it grows and allows stillness to be noticed on deeper levels. And this vastness of your being, which expands into everything in the entire cosmos, For example, when I listen to music, I listen to the space between the notes. Without them, there wouldn't be music. I'd like to share a journal entry I wrote January 1st, 2021. New beginnings always mean old endings. Perhaps there is no beginning and no end. We can be creatures of habit, but when we step out of our comfort zone, our light flourishes. Do you ever have butterflies in your stomach when you speak in front of others? Do your palms sweat? Does your face turn red? Do you feel awkward or uncomfortable? We adapt and produce less nervous energy during such a presentation. Is it self-esteem or is it habit energy? Portions here may vary, but the commonality remains. Ending our own suffering involves embracing all that we are and all that we aren't. Directly and indirectly, Buddha. Loving kindness bestowed upon the true self and the self we have created through conditioned states, we test the ambience of how far we will go to reach our desire and our goal. And if we are stuck in survival mode, that boundary may be very thin, if it exists at all. To honor and love ourselves, our compassion may be great, but not to be confused with weakness. It takes strength to learn from abuse and pain and not react harshly to it. Understanding pain births compassion. Many of us have psychological burdens, loved ones lost, illness or suffering of any kind, all to be respected. Letting go of egoistic states to change is truth. It is all a reflection of us, which holds the greatest universal worth. I'd like to step into the Heart Sutra now that we chanted in the beginning. I realize this might be a foreign chant or wording for this community, and I'd like to explain it just a teensy bit because you could probably study the Heart Sutra for the rest of your life. There is so much wisdom in its entirety. I'd like to say the 5 aggregates, form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness are all empty of absolute discrete existence. So they are all one. There are some players in the Heart Sutra, the Buddha, of course. In some versions of the Heart Sutra, it is the Buddha himself who expounds the teachings to Shariputra. In others, it's Avalokiteshvara. Shariputra, considered to be the wisest of Buddha's disciples, named after his mother, Sari. And the name means a bird having luminous eyes. The word putra means son. Avalokiteshvara is the bodhisattva of compassion, right here, Kuan Yin. The one who is practicing the perfection of wisdom in the Heart Sutra. And that's what Prajnaparamita means, the perfection of wisdom. Legend has it that Avalokiteshvara, Kuan Yin, had practiced perceiving the sounds of the world while on an island and saw that they rose and fell like the ebb of the ocean. In this way, Avalokiteshvara was able to turn the sense of hearing in on itself and become aware of the true nature and existence as well as the cries and suffering that came from being caught in samsaric wheel of birth, death, and rebirth. According to the classical explanation of the Heart Sutra, Avalokiteshvara practiced the perfection of wisdom. The Buddha explained what was happening, and Shariputra received the explanation from the Buddha. No eyes, no nose, no tongue, no body refers to no separately existing eyes, no separately existing nose, no separately existing, and so on and so forth, but this wouldn't be very conducive to chanting, so therefore we just say no. And the mantra at the end. There are many translations to this mantra, but it's, I'll give you 3 to make it simple. So it's gate gate, parasam gate. So what it means is gone, gone, gone beyond, gone far beyond, enlightenment, hallelujah. Going, going, going beyond, going far beyond, Here is awakening, hooray. Go, go, go beyond, go completely beyond, realize all, do it. So when you think you've gotten somewhere, keep going. And I will leave you with the heart of the Heart Sutra. All things are interrelated and interdependent and interbeing at all times, in all ways, right here, right now. We are in Shunyata as we are creating that right here, right now, that oneness, which we've always been. Emptiness is what Shunyata means. And when we are doing that, we are actually in unity's principle. God is everywhere present at all times, and we are inherently our true essence. And perfect enlightenment is right here, right now. There is a sign-up sheet in the social hall if you would like to have some Buddhist Zen monks come out from Cloudwater Zendo and do a meditation, a chant, a Dharma talk, and a chance to ask for anything that you'd like to know about Buddhism. If you are interested in this, please just sign the sheet out there and we can find a date and a time to accommodate such things. There is a being called Amitabha Buddha, which is the Buddha of the Pure Land of the West. And a coincidence is that Cloudwater Zendo is on the west side of Cleveland. But this is who we look to in Zen, and it's a celestial Buddha. But there are other Buddhas in that realm, and they are also all of equal worth because that is what we all are. We are that Buddha. We are that Christ consciousness. So I really appreciate you allowing me to talk today and hearing this and allowing your hearts to be open to receive this message. I'm so grateful to have been able to share some of my life and me with you. And I just am so happy you're here right now. Thank you so much. I will leave you with Amitabha.
Thank you so much, Verena. So we're going to follow that up with Bob Marley and the Wailers with Three Little Birds. Seems kind of zen.
1, 2.
Don't worry about a thing,
Please join us.
'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. Three little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs with melodies pure and true. Singing, this is my message to you. don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
I almost forgot where I was. All right, let's talk Zen. Verena, you are definitely flowing in your purpose. Thank you so much for your message today. It was perfect. Thank you so much. It's very enlightening. And to our musicians who provided us with equally Zen music, almost had me out of the place. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was great. And we have to make sure that we leave here with a serene mind so that we can operate today, all day, peace and serene, right? All day. Keep it up. And now it is our time to give back, knowing that freely we have received and freely we give, and knowing that as we give, we receive. So I'd like to invite our ushers to come forward. And while they're coming up, let me remind you that there are several easy ways to give. You can go to our website, you can give by text, or you can sign up for automatic giving, or you can mail a check. And we bless these offerings knowing that they are blessing the giver as well as the receiver. Let's join together and say our offering blessing. Divine love through us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. Freely I give, and freely I receive.
Hallelujah, 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 for all that is. Namaste, 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 for all that is.
Thank you so much again for that beautiful music. I would like to now invite Scott Hinton up with a message about his upcoming event.
Hi, I'm Scott Hinton, and I'm a member of the band Black Basement. We're just days away, which is kind of exciting because we've been talking about this, at least Don and I have been talking about it for some time, so real excited about that. Did want to go over a couple of the details. The doors open at 6:30. We'll start playing music at 7:30. There will be a break, and during the break we'll have a 50-50 raffle, so bring some cash. And it's really important to sign up. We do have a reservation sign-up sheet out in the social hall, and for those of online, you can email or call the number on the newsletter. So that just helps with all the planning, the food, the tables, the drinks, etc. And then, yeah, just hope to see you on Friday. I can tell you that it's going to be an extra treat because, like, when Beth, she came to our rehearsal the other night, and the band just lit up. Like, wow, we're taking it to another level. And Brenda's
Same
joining.
here.
Yeah. Oh, well, thanks, Beth. And Brenda Bay is joining us as well. So we're real happy about that. And yeah, I have to say, like us on Facebook, right? Because that's the way, as a new band, as prospective bar owners, event people are looking at us. they know that they're not taking that much of a chance, that there's a following. So we would appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for the time. And thank you for everyone that's contributing in so many different ways. There's a lot of moving parts to an event like this, and it wouldn't be possible without everyone pitching in so many different ways. So thank you for that. And I hope to see you.
All right, we got to be in place. We're going to support you. We got you. Again, I'll remind you that today's prayer chaplain in the Sanctuary Chapel is Noel Walker, and the email address for prayer requests is on the website homepage. Upcoming events can also be found on the website. And Reverend David will begin his 3-week talk series based on, what's FR? For Richard Rohr's book, The Universal Christ, next Sunday. Now, we want to have our babies come up.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, it's delightful. We had 7 youth with us this morning. We're very excited. And they all did a wonderful job learning about creation. So I'm going to ask them to tell you what their favorite part of the universe is. And we made Play-Doh and talked about this. So, Ryan, do you want to start us out?
My favorite part of the universe is the stars.
Isla?
My favorite part of the puppies. My favorite part of the universe is the sun. My favorite part of the universe is the rabbits.
My favorite part of the universe is the moon.
You have 2 things, Ellis, and that's fine, buddy.
Waterfalls and a field of flowers.
Do you want to go, Xavier, or do you want to wait? Lions?
Yeah, lions.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for bringing your children, and we'll see you next week. You may go back to your parents.
All right. Look at them. They look great. I call them our babies, but we got some youth too. Not just babies, but your babies, our Renaissance babies. And now, to conclude the service, let us join together to sing our peace song, followed by the prayer of protection.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. Now, with every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And now, join me in affirming what we know to be truth in unity, our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. Go be Zen all day.